Today we are going to learn how to solve one-step equations. You have seen these equations for many years, so this concept should be very easy for you. We're going to start with addition. Whenever we have an addition sign in an equation, we need to undo that operation to get x by itself by subtracting. So we are going to begin by drawing a border on our equal sign. We want to get x by itself, so the only thing in his way is a positive 8. So for us to remove that positive 8, we need to subtract 8. If we are subtracting 8 from the left side of the equation, it means we also need to subtract 8 from the right side of the equation. That leaves me with an x on the left-hand side. 8 minus 8 is 0, so those cancel. And on the right side, we have a 51 minus 8, which is the answer, 43. So the same thing for this one here. So we always begin by drawing a border. We need to get x by itself. There's a positive 12. So to remove the positive 12, we are going to subtract 12 from both sides. If we subtract from the left, we also need to subtract from the right. Again, on the left, we have an x. 12 minus 12 is 0, goes away, equals negative 25 minus 12 will become the number negative 37. So now we move into the next box. In the next box, we are again trying to get x by itself, but we have subtraction in the way of x being alone. So for these, we're going to undo that subtraction by adding. So again, we start by drawing our border. We need to get this x by itself. In order for this x to be by itself, there is a minus 10 in the way. So to undo that minus sign, we need to add 10. Whatever we do on the left, we also do on the right. On the left side, that leaves us with an x. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0, so that canceled. And on the right side, 32 plus 10 is the number 42. So x equals 42. We will do one more like that. We're going to draw a border on our equal sign. We need for our x to be alone. The only thing in the way of x being alone is this minus 18. Undo a minus by adding 18. If we add 18 on the left, we have to add 18 on the right. So that leaves me with an x on the left-hand side. Negative 18 plus 18 will cancel. And that equals negative 17 plus 18 is positive 1. We now move into multiplication. So when we multiply, again, we need to get the letter x by itself. When there is a number next to a letter, it implies that we are multiplying. So as always, we need to undo this operation by the opposite. So the opposite of multiplication is going to be division. So in this case, again, I will draw my border over my equal sign. This is saying 3 times x. So to undo that multiplication, I am going to divide by 3. In high school, we use the fraction bar is the same as a division sign. So we divide by 3 on the left, means we also have to divide by 3 on the right. So in this equation, 3 divided by 3 will leave you with 1. So we have 1x equals 108 divided by 3 is 36. Same idea for this next example. Always start with your border to separate your x from the other side. Again, we need to get x by itself, but we need to be very careful here because in this question, it's saying negative 4 times x equals 80. So to get x by himself, we need to get rid of the negative and the 4. To undo multiplication, we are dividing by negative 4. If we divide negative 4 on the left, we also need to divide negative 4 on the right. So that leaves me with x equals 80 divided by negative 4 is negative 20. In our last case, we have questions that are of division. They look like fractions, but fractions are really the same as division. So if this is a division problem, we are going to undo it by multiplying. The opposite, the inverse of division is multiplying. So in this case, it says x divided by 8. As always, we are going to start by drawing our border. Ugly border. Okay, in this case, we need to get this x by itself. So if this is x divided by 8, I need to undo division by multiplying times 8. If I multiply 8 on the left, I need to also multiply 8 on the right. Multiplication and division will cancel each other out, leaving me with just x equals 21 times 8 is the number 168. So we'll do that one more time. As always, we start by drawing our border. This is saying x divided by 4 equals 18. We need to undo division, so we're going to multiply times 4 and multiply times 4. Division and multiplication are inverse operations. That leaves us with x equals 18 times 4 is 72.